need to know this. During this cycle, Trump has spent very little money on advertising, so-called bought media, but has blown the other candidates out of the water in terms of earned or free media. Trump received 327 minutes of evening network news coverage from the major networks in 2015, more than twice as much as Hillary Clinton, Ted Cruz, and Bernie Sanders combined. And last night, the media didn't just give Donald Trump airtime over Sanders. They gave airtime to an empty podium that had Trump plastered across it instead of letting viewers hear Sanders speak.
We have a corporate media system which is rigged, a word we hear a lot of these days, rigged against the public interest. And in that rigging, it is also rigged against citizens, against democracy. It wants to make people more spectators than participants. So, you know, there's the corporate piece of the media, Tom, is also, it's about profits.
But as you're listening to this, keep in mind, especially when he says, it may not be good for America, but it's good for us. As you're listening to this, keep in mind, you're listening to the CEO of one of the three largest media companies in the United States, perhaps in the world. Here he is.
Man, who would have expected the ride we're all having right now? This is pretty amazing, and, you know, who would have thought that this circus would come to town? But, you know, it may not be good for America, but it's damn good for CBS. That's all I got to say. So, what can I say? It's, you know, the money's rolling in, and this is...
Polls are open.
This is fun. We had a debate a couple of weeks ago with 14 million people on a Saturday night. You know, it's amazing. That's all I can say.
Do you look at the Trump phenomenon as impacting ad spend? Because while he's got lots of money, he's got a lot of free media as well.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of free media, but all that's happening out there's a lot of money in the marketplace. There's a lot of money in the marketplace, and sure, is Donald, you know, I mean, you know, they're not even talking about issues. They're throwing bombs at each other, and I think the advertising reflects that. Most of the ads are not about issues. They're sort of like the debates. They're saying he did this or he did that. It doesn't say what I stand for. It's, you know, it is, I've never seen anything like this, and, you know, this is going to be a very good year for us. Sorry, it's a terrible thing to say, but bring it on, Donald. Go ahead. Keep going. Don't write. Somebody, I said that at another investor conference, and the next day some blog put out, Moonvest supporting Trump wholeheartedly. I said, no. I'm not taking it at sides. I'm just saying, for us, economically, Donald's place in this election is a good thing.
CBS is a hedge on Trump.
Exactly.
That's what you're saying. Got it.
Les Moonves, CEO of CBS, said this, you know, this campaign, the circus, may not be good for America, but it's damn good for CBS. And the clicks and the ratings have propelled Donald Trump to a position where, you know, it's not that the media shouldn't cover Donald Trump, but it's this lopsided, obscene lavishing of attention on Donald Trump that I submit is not only a disservice to coverage of other candidates in both parties, but to sustained and serious coverage of issues that demand attention, especially in these tumultuous, turbulent times.
Well done, mainstream media. Even though many of you were butt boys with Hillary, you just couldn't turn away from the ratings bonanza. Trump had $5 billion in free advertising over the course of the campaign, more than twice as much as Clinton. And earlier in the year, he got 23 times as much coverage as Bernie Sanders. While you sit around and try to figure out what went wrong, you know, you should just know this. You went wrong, all right? You this up royally. Didn't you take Psychology 101? So if the media is saying all day, Trump, then everyone was thinking of Trump. And when they got home, they talked to their family about Trump. And when they went into the voting booth, they thought about Trump. And sure, plenty of the time you were saying negative things about him. But Trump lives by two mottos. There's no such thing as bad press. And as if that wasn't bad enough, while you were doing that, you ignored your actual job of journalism, barely covering stories about NSA surveillance, the Standing Rock protest, the election fraud in the primary, the 15 hottest months ever recorded all in a row, Wall Street continuing to extract the entire wealth of the country. None of that mattered because you had your head pressed deeply into Daddy Trump's bosom. So congratulations. Now you get to talk about him for another 4 years.